Salamu kutoka kwa Ikenye, Jubilee is a red wheelbarrow.
Those are the words of Gachagua. It's really unfortunate because he one day says that, oh, our son Uhuru, we want to work together, he is looking for him, and then the following day he calls him a red wheelbarrow. You know, so the same behavior of insulting Uhuru build up to 2022, hiyo tabia baya haijawatoka. Now that is why that it's important for people to go through a soul searching process. Usije ukafikiria watu wasikize. If I play you some of the clips, you know, he said the other day, he said, mimi na kwa Kikuyu alisema mimi siwezi weka hii kura yote pamoja mtu akuje achukue. Wacha nikwambie, Ligiji, one, Gachagua is not the party leader of DCP. If he was, he should be registered with the ORPP and gazetted. Gachagua is not even an official of DCP, for the reason that he knows once impeached you cannot hold a public office. Na hiyo nilikuletea Kenya Gazette juzi,
you said that the last time,
and I can also give you that copy of the Kenya Gazette now.
And you're a lawyer.
I can tell you, the Chief Justice told Sonko when he appealed on his impeachment, once impeached, permanently impeached. So we must start calling some of these things bluff. Hii mambo ya kuzunguka ukidanganya wa Kenya haina maana. If you cannot run, stop fooling Kenyans. Number 2, Marara anasema ya kwamba tunasubua goma ya sijui ya DCP kwa mlima. We are not a mlima party. We are a national party. Kama anataka kukwenda kukura ugali Kakamega kwa sababu DCP imepata shida, ni shauri yake. Akiamua kukulia Kakamega ni sawa. Akiamua kukulia Nairobi, hata akikuja Dawa tutapikia ugali. Na hiyo mambo ya kudunisha wengine haina maana. Number 3, we are in a multi-party democracy. Kwa hivyo wewe kama uko ndani ya DCP, compete for the space. Don't think that zoning is what is going to help you, like they have done with these by-elections. Unajua, that is not a democracy. Kwanza kusema tutakuachia wewe, you are taking us back to the one KANU rule. That is what used to be done by KANU. Nasema hapa hakuna mtu mwingine atafanya nomination, ni huyu. Hapa hakuna mwingine atafanya nomination, ni huyu. That is not the way you grow democracy. Sikiza ndugu nikwambie, mtu kule Mbere for example ameanza kufanya campaign miaka 10 ilienda Mbere North, whatever constituency, take it. Miaka 10 iliisha. Chama alikuwa na matumaini yake ni chama X. Alafu nyinyi mmesema hamtaki hii chama, mnataka huyu. What are you, and sisi mwenye huyo candidate pia tunasema hata wewe kaa chini. What are you saying, telling me? You must be willing to, you want to win as an opposition. That is your preoccupation. But I want to grow my political career as a Kenyan using the freedom that was given to me by the Constitution. So you cannot think in that kind of, you must think outside the box. An opposition must be very careful, because this is how they will fizzle out. And that's why I'm happy with the president, our party leader telling us, former president telling us, we must do our recruitment and we must strengthen our party, so that when you are going to that table, you either work with like-minded parties or you go it alone, because some of these things cannot work in modern. Why we lost that Azimio was because of the same approach. We were saying that we are pushing Azimio, lakini, like for example, I'll give you the example of Kajiado. Sisi katika Azimio tumekubaliana Kajiado ni mtu wa Jubilee, Kidienye na mheshimiwa Maji. Raila akienda kule akuuza Azimio na akuuza Jubilee, aliuza ODM. So he is our presidential candidate, but he was selling ODM everywhere. He never sold Azimio. Wale wetu wengine tujaribu kumuuza, kama kule Daragwa unajaribu kuuza Raila. Hata mimi nilikuwa nimejaribu, haki ya Mungu. Unajaribu kuuza Raila kule Daragwa. Kumbe nigeuza Jubilee ni sawa na ingekuwa rahisi. So I mean, some of these games we've been in them and we lost.
So you're saying Gachagua is being dishonest?
He is. And well, no. You know, he's a truthful man. He's a truthful man, but in a very dishonest manner.
Hii inaitwa oxymoron ama nini?
Sijui ni nini hiyo sasa. Umesema, nimesikia kama ni ile masomo ya
Unajua nimesomea shule kali
ile masomo ya result. Hiyo nimesikia sasa kama ni hiyo sasa umesema.
Okay.
So I am saying, and I'm saying that
what's your view on the pledge by the United Opposition to field one candidate in 2027?
We want to field one candidate, but this candidate must be identified by Kenyans, not a political bureau. The Kenyans themselves must sit in any such grouping where that decision will be done. It must be made on the basis of ability to perform, nothing else. Not your age, not anything else. It is your ability to perform and the track record. So we believe with the opposition, we believe that a good opposition should field one candidate. But how you arrive at that candidate, it cannot be throwing insults at one another. You had Marara, umemcheza hapa. You should play what they were saying in Kajiado today. All of them are now up against Jubilee. So if they want us to field one candidate, why are they insulting us? I mean, that
are you being insulted within the
United Opposition?
So you are in the United Opposition?
Yeah, that team is the one insulting us. And if we are sitting together with them, why insult us? Why do you also want to limit the ability of political parties to market themselves across the country?
Okay.
Why do you want to lose the gains? The gains who is talking about is where people would have campaigned all over the country. Tumerudi sasa kuambiwa hapa uwezi ingia. You remember that was the kind of language. Mtu anasema niko na funguo ya Mount Kenya na msikuje hapa. You see, that language is so demeaning to Kenyans and even to people who come from those regions. Then you want to take us back to where we could not go and campaign in Kisumu, Raila could not go and campaign in Nyeri. Those are things we had overcome. And taking us back there, those are gains you were wasting.
Okay. So what's your...
And again, by the way, it is very easy to get the country into unnecessary civil war with those kind of utterances. As we move around the country, in terms of who would they want to be their presidential candidate, after they have understood who have offered themselves. Okay. So far, the only person who has offered himself within the party is Fred Matiang'i.
Dr. Fred Matiang'i.
And Fred Matiang'i certainly is also the one that is causing all the havoc. His candidature is causing the havoc within the United Opposition. Because one, they were telling him not to be a member of Jubilee. I don't know why they would be scared of Jubilee so much.
Okay.
And again, it's also a bit demeaning when you tell me to come and you want to dictate to me how I come. You know, you are not being respectful. So why would they
should come at your own pace?
Yeah, I mean, he never sat to tell Gachagua to form DCP or to tell Mother to come with the PLP. I mean, or to tell Justin to come with the... He never. And he has never challenged any of them for the platform that they use. You know, one of the things you should be careful, you should respect people from that region for when they decide they have decided. When they decided they were going to vote for William Ruto na ukarabati yake, it did not matter who was going to talk to them. They had decided. And they had reasons as to why they decided to do that. Now they have decided that they are not, one, they are not going to be in that basket you are talking about. Two, is that I can tell you here, they will vote for Matiang'i.
Okay.
Sasa, kuwatoa hapo, hawa watu ni gumu. And they take time to decide. Let me tell you, a journey that I don't know whether you have time. You know, when you are having Azimio demonstrations, you remember when you were running, tulikuwa tunapigwa kweli kweli hapa dunia hii.
Tulikuwa pamoja kwa street SG.
Yeah, tulipigwa tiagas. Naona kama baba alikuwa na gari iko na bulletproof. Ni kama hiyo risasi ilikuwa imepakwa. Kwa sababu hii nimepaka sufuria na Japan. Mount Kenya region remained quiet. Very, very quiet. And I knew something is boiling when we called them to Limuru 3. They came on their own account, and you could tell because of the anger that was in that tent. It is in that tent that we first said Ruto must go. They went with that, and then the Gen Z picked it, and of course everything else is something that we can read about elsewhere. But this is the thing. During all that time, they were actually trying to make a decision. They have no faith with the people, the team they had voted. They couldn't talk about it because they were angry. unembarrassed. They had very little faith in our Azimio movement, Azimio demonstration, because they could also see, maybe I think they were understanding Raila better than us, kwa sababu sisi pengine tulikuwa tumeweka sufuria sana, but you could tell hawaelewi hii Azimio mnaenda namna gani, yet uko pia hawako. So when the issue came to the table and the name Matiang'i was mentioned, said, what we've been waiting for, that decision is made. Even if Jubilee was not going to be in the mountain, the decision of Matiang'i is made.
But Gachagua is saying that he's accusing your boss of accepting a red wheelbarrow iletwe kwa mlima.
Tutaileta kama hiyo ndio anataka kuona. Tutaileta. Na kama yeye kama, we have allowed him to come, we received well in the opposition. We never called his party Udabi, and it's actually the other side of the coin. They are cut from the same cloth. Even look at the colors, they are very close. So when he talks about green wheelbarrow, yellow wheelbarrow, I'm sure he is very clear in his mind what he's talking about. Nyao wawili wanapelekana hapo. And let me now tell you, and I can tell you, you can take me to court on this. And I give you the date. When the DCP was dealing with the candidature of one Dr. Joshua, who is now running to become the MCA for Narok Township, and they decided to deny him a ticket and give it to a person whom we will find out who he is. This is what he told them late in the evening while they were seated in his office, 15 of them. In that room there were more than 2 pastors, and this statement was told to me by them, including the pastors. Gachagua told them that William Ruto has already sent emissaries to him, and wamekubaliana, panga pande yako na mimi nipange watu yangu, sanya watu yako na mimi nisanye watu yangu, tutakuja tukae kwa meza. And he was saying, by that time I'll have the 7 million votes from the Mountain Legion, I'll have the 1 million vote from Karonzo, and I'll have another 800,000 votes from Matiang'i. Matiang'i atakuwa amekaa huko bali. Sasa mimi nitakuwa na zaidi ya nusu ya keki na nitagawa, na nyinyi wa Masai nitawagawia kitu yenu. Kwa hivyo wewe Joshua, hapana lia hapa ya kwamba upati tikiti. Tulia, we will nominate you when that time comes. Those who are the ones of Rigathi, as reported to me.
Do you have evidence for this?
As reported to me. I have no reason to doubt it. So when you are dealing about these things, wacha si tupebe hiyo mnaita red wheelbarrow.
So you're saying Gachagua and Ruto are working together?
He said it himself. And I'll give you the date and I'll give you the hour.
When was it?
I'll give you the date and the hour immediately I leave this place. Kwani nimeandika. So lazima tupambane na hii maneno, and that's why I believe that I would be happy to work with parties, but I want to work with parties that we are like-minded parties that actually believe in sending William Ruto home, not in atisanya watu yako na mimi nisanya watu yetu.
Okay. Somebody is asking, why was Matiang'i not given a chance to address during this SNDC?
This was an organ of the party we had called specifically to deal with the issues that we raised, and we were not out there it wasn't a politicking platform. 1, 2, Matiang'i also attended as a member of Jubilee. Yes, and he also knows when he wants to address. He wants to address his own platforms. So he wasn't denied an opportunity, but the idea is that the party leader wanted to give directions so that even as we are prepared and we are preparing for 2027.
Okay.
What we did is that now we have an opportunity for us, instead of speaking once, speaking more than 47 times, because we will be in every county. Our party leader, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, did his 10 years in politics. Our constitution was crafted in a manner that said that the party leader the president will be the party leader, because it was actually being done when he was in office. Now he is not in office is not going to run. This political party is a national party, and the only reason why parties exist is to seize power. And we want to seize power next. You seize power if you are a presidential candidate and a whole team of people running for all the other offices. So we must recalibrate the constitution to allow our fielding of a presidential candidate. But Kenyans and members of the party also don't want the exiting of Uhuru Kenyatta. They want him to remain in the party, while he allows another person to run the institution. But he needs to be, they want him to remain in the party, not to roll over the president or the person who becomes president, but because he has a lot of information, a lot of knowledge that Kenyans members of the party would want to benefit from. So that is now the thing that we are saying that we are creating. That's another different amendment altogether, and it is meant to achieve just that.
So
kwa sababu kama vile nilisema kwa Kiswahili, hakuna mtu tunataka nje ya boma.
Yes.
Watu wote wakae ndani ya boma kwa sababu hii boma ni kubwa.
If Uhuru Kenyatta is going to leave the position as party leader, what position is he going to take?
He will be in an organ that helps him benefit the party from his own experiences and the rest.
Is it the patron position?
Something equivalent to a patron, but not him alone. We want to create an organ that holds more people with experiences than himself alone.
An organ of eminent persons. That's all.
You may call it so, but it is that's not the word we are using.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Uhuru, you can confirm that President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to leave his position as party leader and take over a different party in the
I can confirm that the Legible party will ensure that our party leader remains within the party, and we are able to fulfill the presidential candidate. And once that presidential candidate wins, he then becomes the party leader.
Okay.
And but the party leader does not leave the boma.
Okay.
Anakaa pale pale.
Alright.
Tusaidiane sote kwa sababu ile shida iko na hii serikali ni kubwa, inataka watu wote walete
broad-based support. So who is this that is going to be the next party leader of your party?
The person who wins the elections, the person people decide. You remember what we said yesterday? Is it yesterday or the day before? The day before.
On Thursday. On Friday.
A number of days
on Friday.
We said go register. As you register, we will carry out recruitment drives, elections within the branches. Those branches are there. As people do all those things, they then indicate who they want to be their presidential candidate.
Is Matiang'i part of the list?
Oh yes, he is. He was seated there. You saw him. You know, the last time I was here, ulikuwa unalialia hapa ukaniambia huyu mtu ni wenyu ama si wenyu. So now actions speak louder than words.
So is Matiang'i a member of Jubilee Party now?
Yes, Matiang'i is a member of Jubilee Party. In the hall, we did not have non-Jubilee members other than you, who are the journalists.
Don the sniper